Gen V, one of the greatest shows on currently. So much to break down. Let's just roll the credits. All right, guys, Brett here, back for Geek Variants with the man, the myth, the Marvel, Will Parker, where we cover all things Marvel, DC, Lord of the Rings, anime, and more. This time, Gen V, we're on episode 7, I want to say, sick, which, I mean, this episode was sick from start to finish. But before I go on a tangent and take the whole amount of time away, the man, the myth, the Marvel, tell me what you thought about this episode.
Don't worry, you'll get your tangent. I'm just looking at this stuff like, look, Shetty's really not playing around about creating this thing that's going to wipe out a whole bunch of soups, and she wants it ready as quickly as possible and as deadly as possible. So I'm just trying to figure out how is this going to be used, because this is going to be used, but how is it going to be used? I think it'd be probably more of a assassination technique type thing. Like they're going to take out small groups or something, or whatever the case may be. But I don't think it's going to get to the full scale of airborne taking everybody out, and something to do with Marie's the main character, so I think she's gonna have something to do with possibly stopping it. It's in some case, I don't know. Like I'm the boys, Gen V, this stuff can go in any direction, so I don't know. I'm sitting there like just wow, what's gonna happen next?
Because, I mean, we've seen literally everything from a person crawling inside someone's junk to exploding penises to a dude who just saw a hole and tried to fill a hole. And now we have airborne contagion while we have a superhero war versus the humans. And apparently now it needs to be a race war of some kind. It's like, wow, are we just revisiting 2020, but we're doing it through Gen V? Because we have an airborne virus going on, and we have political strife because people feel they're being mistreated in one sense, people like they aren't being treated fairly enough, and there's just a whole lot of conversation that is happening here. But now we have superpowers versus everybody else, all because this one lady is like, yeah, Homelander killed my family on this plane. It's like the sins of the one should not equate to the sins of an entire race. That's not how this should work ever in society. And Homelander, as we're all fully aware, he ain't all there. He was the dude that was getting really, really frisky over milk. And now we have him going full genocidal maniac. He fell in love with someone who was a Nazi. Like, the dude's got problems. No one's denying that. No one is defending him. But the super-powered, abled people, as a whole, they're trying to correct a lot of the problems up there. As long as they're not being controlled by Vought, as a whole, they're not bad. They're not going out searching for problems, trying to take away people's lives, their how they live their life, their livelihood, any of their money, none of that. They're just trying to live their life like regular people. But now, because of the Woods, Sam, and everything that has gone on throughout this show, we're going to end up at war. And a lot of people have been saying that, hey, Marie is the person who's going to take down Homelander. Look, we just confirmed that the head popper has the same power she does. The head popper couldn't stop Stan. And for those who remember, Stan is Giancarlo Esposito, who has zero powers other than being a on-camera BA of the highest order. Giancarlo deserves all the props for his acting and everything he brings charismatically to his characters. That being said, in what should be a straight-up 1v1 fight, he just beat up the head popper who cannot take out Homelander. Let's not get things twisted here. The head popper is ahead of Marie. But that is my tangent. Is like, it looks like this show went from, it was already going fast, but now this is crazy. This is good.
I mean, I think we're going to definitely get a revolt on the student campus at some point, and a lot of those younger soups are going to just kind of go out of control, and they're going to get handled. I think a lot of them are going to get dead real quick, because something's going to happen, and it's going to be soups versus soups in terms of students facing each other. I mean, we already kind of saw a preview with the little school fight, but I think it's going to get a whole lot worse, and they're going to have having to fight a whole lot of them because old Junkless over there, I can't remember his name, but he was definitely in support of Homelander, and trying to get everybody riled up. So I wouldn't be surprised if he stays relevant throughout the rest of this, as far as getting people riled up or trying to turn people to what he feels is the cause. So I don't know. We're gonna see.
It's like having mental powers in the middle of a revolt slash revolution of some kind. Kind of an important power to have, because now you can start swaying the broom based upon who you're able to control. So like there's a lot going on with just that multifaceted. And then you saw Sam, who I believe is one of the greatest characters in this show, as far as how his character has been created and how he's come along as a person. Now he's on Team Kate, which if you said that 2 episodes ago, everyone would have looked at you sideways, been like, the girl that manipulated his brother to the point that he lost his sanity and killed himself? Yeah, totally going to be on the same page. You got me. But now they're 100% for justice. And now we have to see how this anarchistic battle plays out. So much to break down. I don't want to spend all night on it. But long story short, if you aren't watching this show, watch the show. The show is great. Anything from Amazon with superheroes, so far, #1. They've hit it out of the park. Couldn't be happier.
Very much so. Definitely liking what I'm seeing. So yeah, I want to see what goes on with the next episode and how they're going to start to wrap this up and pull this into a season 2 at some point. So
that being said, be sure to hit the lovely red subscribe button. We'll see you guys probably in about 45 minutes now. We're going to go watch the next episode of Marvel's hit show, Loki Season 2, which is also really good. See you then.